Hello everybody and welcome back to GameRant.com. I'm Anthony Taormina, editor-in-chief of the website. It's mailbag time. All right, so we've got a double package, and this comes to us from the folks at Framework. Those that are maybe not familiar, Framework has sort of this DIY laptop approach, and they've sent us their new Framework 13, the DIY edition. So what's cool about Framework, in addition to just being an awesome laptop that you can get your hands on, is that it is customizable in terms of the components. You can add different pieces for different ports, you can upgrade it, you can scale it back, very easy to get into. So that's kind of like the big ethos of the Framework laptop. This is the new Framework 13, which has the AMD Ryzen AI 300 series CPU or chip in it. So we're gonna take a look at that. We're gonna see how foolproof this process is, because there is some DIY building it, and I am nothing if not a fool. So we'll see if I am able to do it, and we'll get into it. But I'll show you what it all comes with. So in a separate package, I got this guy, which is the bezel for the screen on the laptop. I think this is later in the process. And then the bigger box, I believe, has all of the things we might need. I will say, you can install Linux and just like be good to go, or you can put Windows 11. I was provided a Windows 11 key. I will potentially attempt to do that, but there is some like backdoor stuff you need to do. So that might not result in us seeing the laptop running, but I'm gonna show you the process of putting it together. All right, grand reveal. Voila. So within here, you get kind of a nice little compact set of items. Everything's clearly labeled. You got your input cover kit, you got your power adapter. I believe these are the different upgradable components, or the components you can put on. You can put on like a USB-C 3.2 port, or a 4, or a display port. I think HDMI SD card reader, things like that. We'll see what everything is, but you got your power adapter here. So this is your input cover kit. And then, oh, this is just a nice little box. So I can show you, get a few of these. Again, this was sent by Framework. So some of these items you're going to be picking up yourself. You're gonna be mixing and matching. That's gonna influence the cost. So this is just to show off what you can get. So there is an SD expansion card, USB-C expansion cards, a USB-A expansion card, and this bad boy is a display port. You can sort of decide what you want to include or not include in your laptop. This is not labeled, but this seems to be like the main component, the frame. And then you also get documentation of the building process, and then a nice little booklet that I think comes with a tool to assist you with the DIY build process. Nice little compact package. We'll crack into this thing first. See what we got, maybe. They sent me 2 8GB sticks of DDR5 RAM. For the Framework 13, I believe DDR5 is what you want to go for. But again, you can sort of pick what laptop-based RAM you want to go with. And then they also sent me a SSD. So this is a WD Black 1 terabyte. It's a 5150 read speed. So it's an M.2 obviously, but it's a 2280 form factor. That's gonna be what you wanna have. And then you also get this nice Framework tool. It's got your like hex bit, and then a little like scoop to get in those crevasses. All right, so we've got all our components. I'll show them off to you individually, and then we'll get cracking. There's a lot of QR codes everywhere, so I imagine you are not going to be hurting for QR codes as far as like instructions, but we'll get into that. But again, keep in mind that Framework did send me these items. You can certainly purchase your RAM or your SSD yourself. Choose what brand or model you want to go with. So this is the Framework 13 laptop. You can see like there are some exposed elements right there. And then on the bottom here, these are your like expansion ports. So you'd be able to put any of these guys in here. You can decide, oh, I want 4 USB-C ports. I want a display port. I'll open it up for you guys to see. So there you go. You got no bezel, and then you have no, keypad, because you're gonna wanna get in there and install your stuff. Again, it makes me nervous. If you've seen previous videos, my technical savvy as far as building is not the best, but I do want to show you whether an idiot can do it, because that's me, and we're gonna do it together as part of this video. Messing around. So this is what they're calling the input cover. It is, as you might imagine, the keyboard plus the trackpad. So there you've got your input cover there. Got a ribbon cable there that you will be connecting. And then the bezel, which will go around the top of the screen, is included as well. So there's the bezel, some exposed components there. Like, the approach itself is very neat. Being able to say, okay, this is the type of laptop I want, and I want to be able to upgrade it later and get into everything really easily is very nifty, and I think a huge bonus for the framework. So it's why it was instantly appealing to me and why I wanted to feature it on the site. Does it come with any instructions? It comes with some stickers. But no paper instructions. You do have to use, well, let me see. No, it just kind of shows you. There is a speaker, there's a camera, there's gonna be a power button when I'm done. All right, so I'm going to scan the QR code. All right, so I've got a quick start guide. So you unbox it, unpack the components. You remove the protective cover like I did. You insert the DDR5 memory module. So it's nice they have a little video as well as some text explaining how that works. Let's do this together. First, we will take out the memory sticks. So 2 8GB DDR5 memory sticks. Crucial is the brand that was sent to us. Ooh, I like this. Is a little nice little touch in here. It has shout out to the framework team there. That's really nice. So again, this is the AI 300 series. So in this particular laptop is the Ryzen AI 9 HX 370. If you're curious about the specs, pop it in there. And then you push it down. Okay, so that's super easy. So what's cool is that you're just sort of lining up the grooves, you're putting it in, and then there's a little metal piece that you press down on and it goes in. So there it is in there, and then you press down, and then it's in. So one thing to note with putting it in is that one side is gonna be face up and one side's gonna be face down because they're like opposite of each other. All right, so once we've installed that, we wanna install the SSD. It's clearly labeled right there. Storage. If you ever installed an SSD, it's a pretty painless process. I would dare say that I'm an amateur, but leaning towards professional on putting in SSDs at the very least, because I've swapped out quite a few on my PCs and also on my PlayStation 5. So you got your screw for your standoff. You use the included screwdriver with the hex bolt. Take that out. Ooh, nice and snug. And then this is, again, the WD Black SN7070 1 terabyte SSD. You want to line up your grooves like so, and then you press down and you screw it back in, and then you've got your SSD installed. Now you want to install the new input covers. So right here is the touchpad where the touchpad cable goes. So you want to align it. Okay. we're pulling this loop. Ooh, it's got like a, so it does have a loop. You can see there's a little loop there to put your finger in. You can pull it free. I feel like I should just do it like this. And then pop it in. So you hear a click, and then we're good there. Touchpad side of the touchpad cable is fully inserted. Then you want to flip it into place. The covers are magnetic. Oh, nice. But it did say that it will not sit flush until you secure everything. You want to remove the adhesive from the bezel, and then you want to install the bezel. So you want to open this up. So I think this just pops on magnetically. Yeah. So snap it into place. There we go. Magnets. How do they work? Ooh, that's real nice. So that's super satisfying, real simple. There is an adhesive over the speaker and the cover. And then there you go. So that part's done. And then I think we want to secure the fasteners. I'm gonna close it, place it upside down to reveal the fasteners on the bottom cover, and then we want to secure. So now we're going through, we're just securing in these screws. So don't over tighten. All right, so I assume this should then secure the input cover. It said don't over tighten. So ooh, it also comes with a Phillips head as well. Let's see if that is all secure now or not, or if I have to make an adjustment. Yeah, seems nice and secure. Okay. Get ready to turn on the laptop. So you can insert the expansion cards of your choice. So again, on the back, you've got these 4 expansion card slots that you can put in whatever you want. So it also looks like you can, there's little buttons here to release them. So I think what we'll go for is we'll do a display port. I have so many USB-C cables. I think I want to do 2 USB-Cs and an SD card. So this is what those expansion cards look like. You've got your display port there, USB-C connection. I assume it's going to be real simple. So let's think. So display port, I think we want that to be in the closer. So there is a little groove. It does like go into essentially a USB-C port would be like this with the kind of flushed material. Pop it in like so, and then it's in. And now we have a display port. We'll do a USB-C. So you can get some like different, that's fun. There's like a translucent purple one. So you can kind of customize the look and feel of your port. So let's pop that guy in there. So then you've got that one popped in. Let's see, so if you press the button, let's see if that allows you to take them out. Yeah, a little bit of, it needs a little bit of force, but pressing the button allows you to take them out. Let's take a look at this SD card. Oh, the little strip. Let's see, is it, what type of card are we looking at? Okay, so it's like a full-size guy. I don't have many of those. I have the micro SD card, so I don't think I'll pop that in there. We'll do 1A and we'll do 1C. So this A has the same kind of flush material. I mean, let's look at them all. Are they all the flush material and I just put in the purple one, or are there some different color options? Oh, okay. So there's like a translucent black one, and then there is a translucent pink one. We'll do one black, and we'll do one silver matching the design. And there you go. You've just put in some expansion slots. I think you can get other expansion slots, so you can have, as you can see, I have the USB-C and the USB-A. Got the USB-C in the display port. I was thrown off by the purple. I think you can probably do like Ethernet and things like that. You'll have to look on Framework's website to see what's available there. All right, so we've got the power adapter here. This is gonna be the last part of the puzzle. All right, so it is USB-C based power. You've got the adapter component with a wall plug, and then you've got got the Framework logo on it and the connector for the power brick. So let's power this bad boy on, and see if he's done it. It did say installing new memory and stuff like that is going to make the boot up process a little slow for the first time. I don't think that would have made a difference anyway. I think that's more of you're upgrading. All right, so we could theoretically use any port. I guess we'll use this one just because it's closer to where I have the power plugged in. I don't know if the battery is already juiced or not. So we open it up. Power. We've got a light. We've got, that is lit up there. What's happening? Stuff's happening? Maybe. It's turning on. We did it. Look at that. What does it say? It says we couldn't detect an operating system or bootable drive. Scan the QR code for setup guides. Okay, so I'm gonna need to set up the Windows 11 component. But that's it. We did it. That didn't take long at all. It was definitely foolproof, and we were able to pick what components, put in the RAM, put in the storage, get it all going. And now this is gonna be a workable laptop with the Ryzen AI 300 series. Again, this one came with the HX 370 for the Ryzen 9, but you'll be able to pick and choose what you want to put for your chipset, and then everything outside of that you can either get with the DIY edition, I believe, from Framework, like the different expandable cards and whatnot, or you can purchase those yourself, like the RAM and the memory, because that RAM and memory was just a brand. So you can find your favorite brand, your favorite speed. But I will say, for this Framework 13 with the Ryzen, you want to make sure that you're going for the DDR5. They do say that in the instructions. That's awesome. And let's just do we'll do a typing test on the keyboard. It's nice and squishy. The keys have a good travel distance. Pretty far travel distance, but nice and squishy. Feels good. I like it. And yeah, the fact that like 2 seconds ago this was all just in boxes, and now it's a computer ready to go with, well, needing the operating system, of course, but that's pretty awesome. But yeah, thank you so much to Framework for sending in the Framework 13 DIY laptop with the AMD Ryzen AI series chip. And thank you so much for watching today's Game Rant Mailbag. I think this process was super simple. It's awesome that you can essentially like build a Linux-based laptop, put it together however you want. Obviously, like the touchpad and stuff, the bezel, those things are kind of standard, but being able to upgrade it, being able to decide what components you want. If you just want 4 USB-Cs, you want 4 USB-As, you want a ton of micro or a ton of SD card slots because you're a photographer or something like that, you could do that as well. Lots of options. Obviously, you need 1 USB-C for power, so I think you're really looking more at like 3. That's it, the Framework 13. Very neat. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.